Hi guys, my name is Lera and welcome back to our advanced video course, and today we are going to talk about team building. I'm pretty sure each of you would agree that building a strong, efficient, productive and happy team is a key part of any success in any part or sphere of our life. Speaking of camp, I would like to start with that each of us is aware of millions and millions different tips on efficient communication and how to build a successful team. However, the only thing which matters here is not awareness itself, but implementation. I have personally experienced both productive and not really productive teamwork, and I believe that each of you did too. Which is actually good because after that we get chance to become more efficient in working with other people or do mentorship for a group of kids or adults, giving certain keys to success. In camp, there are three main teams where we are working at. So the first one is you and your co-staff. It means that you have your co-counselor for your unit, or you have another teacher who is your partner in some English lesson projects, etc. Next team you are going to work with is you and your group of kids, of course. Your unit, your English group, or your hobby group, or your project group, different ones. And the third one is you and other staff members. As you all know, that we have quite a big team in camp, and it means that we need to think and provide our team with feeling of being a part of something global, being important part of the team, even though there are like 50 other people in this camp team. So let's start with the smallest team on camp, and this is you and your co-staff. So like in total it's 2 or 3 people basically. The first thing to talk about is always take into account your personal characteristics, your own ones and characteristics of your co-staff. We all interact with people in different ways depending on the circumstances, of course, and we combine various characteristics, but still worth it remembering who is rather about giving energy and activeness, who is more about brain work or mental support or fair discipline or anything else, literally. Thus, there are different ways to interact with different people. Another point which is important, and Lisa talked about this during the previous video lesson, is dividing duties and responsibilities. You should always do that before session. You can always improve it and change it a little bit during the session, but before meeting kids, before the session, before the work starts, you should always know where your areas of responsibilities are and where your co-staff is going to take part in. This is very important, so all the duties and responsibilities are divided and nothing is lost. The next point here is debriefing and communication in your small team. After each activity which you are doing together, or at the end of the day, if you are talking about co-counselors for one unit, it is very important to share with each other how it was, what was easy, what was difficult, the highlights, where you need to help each other more, how you can improve the process. You can ask for and give positive and clear recommendations. This is very important. Even speaking of something difficult and maybe what was not done successfully, you can still be positive and give the advices how you can do it together, how you can make it better next time. You can also kindly ask your co-staff to get more involved if needed, or vice versa. If you feel like you're not that much involved, ask your partner how you can improve it. Please never ever wait for someone to come and tell you what needs to be done. You're like quite conscious and experienced person in this like field, in this sphere, that you should be proactive and go and find out what is necessary, how you can improve it, how you can give a hand. And important point, the next one, always think of yourself as a superhero. Yeah, you who is watching this video right now, because you really are, and I can prove it because you have access to this video, which means that you are returning staff who is doing a great job and is going to be even better next season. So please always remember that you are amazing, fantastic, and just like camp superhero. At the same time, do not try to do all the work on your own. If you feel like your partner isn't really into it, otherwise you are going to burn out, your relationship with your co-staff are going to be complicated, and the result is not going to be amazing anyways. The reason for your co-staff to be less active might be just his or her lack of experience, for example. So they would need you to help them and to show them the perspective how they can do something better. No one can do everything on their own and get amazing results at the same time. Just promise. Just I can tell you for sure. At least I haven't witnessed any this kind of experience in camp. Have you? Eventually, it's all about common goals and results where each of you is highly needed and should bring out the best. The next and the last point is being proactive and just spend time out together in non-working environment. This is like very healthy recommendation for your small team. Ideally, you can spend some time out together, like once in 2 days, for example. So it's not harmful for your schedule, and at the same time, it's quite often. For example, you can go for coffee or dessert. You can enjoy going to the river, or hiking, or watching a movie, or sharing some personal interesting information about you, about your childhood, or about your future dreams and your goals. Your weaknesses and strengths, maybe something you couldn't share at the very beginning, but like during the session you feel like you can open up a bit more. You can also, important is to tell other staff how lucky you are to have that person, to have that co-staff with you for your unit or for your project group or English group, because each of us appreciates this glory, and it's so like important for us to hear that someone is proud of us and someone is happy to have us in a team. So always remember about that, and of course tell your co-staff that you are happy to work with him or her, and you will hear the same. Next team is you and your group of kids. Regarding this, you already got your own tricks and ways to build good inner environment. However, I believe you are always excited to try new things. Essential here is being sensitive and attentive to your kids, what they like doing in groups, what they are and are not ready for, how comfortable they feel with you and other kids in the group. And it's all about group dynamics, so from the very beginning to the middle of the session and till the end of the session. It's all going to be different mood, different dynamic, and different reactions to all your activities. Talk to your kids and come up with a common idea for fun and safe activity. So it should be a step-by-step team building where everyone feels cared and appreciated. In order to practice new team building activities, you can always use the following resources which we add to this video. So the first one is just the game guru in the world, one of my favorite speakers, who is the author of Teamwork and Team Play, Jim Kane. So you will find the website attached to this video, and you can go and enjoy all the main activities he's offering us to do, and they're all different, like short, long activities, games, experiences for small, big and medium groups. Second one is his colleague from Australia. His name is Mark Collard. He's also an international speaker on different camp conferences, who is doing lots of team building activities for different companies, and he's just amazing and is sharing the positive vibes every time you meet him. So another link is attached. And another link, there are like millions of them. I'm just sharing 3 of them, like the main ones, and which are easy to use when you need something new, something fresh to play with the kids. So the last one is Ultimate Camp Resource. I'm pretty sure lots of you already know about this. So you can find a lot of different activities, plans, not only team buildings but like events there. But you can also go and check out the team buildings which are offered by this resource. And the last part here is you and other staff members. Well, you know that in camp this staff team is quite big, including counselors, including teachers, including kitchen staff and admin staff. And this is very important to be to keep an eye on different people in your team and to interact and communicate with as many people as possible. So while in camp, be proactive. Organize a non-working gathering. You don't need to wait for, I don't know, admin staff to run something or to announce the non-official party in the evening. You can always do it on your own, and this initiative is very appreciated by other people in your team. And remember to invite over those staff members who might be shy, so they feel they matter. Also, you can always start an inner game like Secret Friend, and definitely support and follow it if there is someone else to get it started. Or something like You Rock game with like a special rock which you can pass from one person to another, and there is a sign like you and this is rock, so it's like a small compliment which goes around the team from one person to another, which is like doesn't take a lot from you, but it's so cool to get it, especially when you're like overwhelmed. There are some things which we are going to do this summer, for example, like super staff election. So we'll have once in a few days we'll have the selections of the best staff according to other people's choices, and it's going to be like certain election or anything like that. All your ideas, give us a shot. We'll try to implement everything, or you can start it on your own if it's if you feel like that. Off season, another point. Well, in camp we all share lots of time, experiences and memories together, and when camp season is over, staying in touch takes an effort, but it's still possible to do it, especially in the 21st century. So let other people know that you remember those crazy moments and those crazy times you've shared, and appreciate you've done all that together. So just small reminder that you are there, and you can still communicate even though you live in different continents. It's still so cool to feel that there is someone like thinking about you. Another point is we all know that the first front, let's say so, in our staff team are our teachers and counselors. However, there are around 10 other people who are getting lots of things done throughout the year, like sales, marketing, recruiting, planning, accounting, purchasing, and a million more. To get everything ready before the actual camp starts. And this is very important for them to feel that they do an important part of camp life, and to remember that we are all there for one global point, for one global goal. So we need to support each other and to understand that each part, each person here matters like a lot. Our team is a big, complex mechanism which is not able to work without all its components. The wheels and engine are highly important and necessary, but so are the transmission, filters, and batteries. They can succeed. And the last point about this team cooperation is, this like endless opposition between like sales department, like what we are promising to our clients, what we are planning to do, what we are aiming for, and production. So what we really do in camp, how we approach the different parts of camp life and all that stuff. They're like ice and fire, like rain and sun. Those two parts, they cannot live without each other, and you cannot appreciate one without another, but we should still be aiming in one direction and taking into account our particular characteristics, and just do an amazing job, because we can do that. And in our ideal world, our goals, aims, and implementations are the same. In my experience, in my memory, the best common memories I've got were the ones after crazy adrenaline release experiences, experiencing like unique high pressure activities. Do you remember the terrifying fireworks from last summer on 1st of July? Or like water fights, or rafting, or Holy Fest, or hiking. So something where you feel like, oh my god, this is just like amazing, but at the end when you feel, well, my team, like we've done it together, we survived, we've done it so cool, it was so difficult, but at the end it's so amazing. You feel like one organism, and you feel just like that you can do literally anything in the world. So it gives you the best emotions to keep on working as an amazing team. So taking that into account, you can always think about some activities for your team, for your group of kids, or for your co-staff, what you can do together to get this like unique emotions, unique memories together, and then it will give you a huge push to work even better as a team and appreciate each other and just like have fun in the best means. What is important here, speaking of team building games, or like long-term activities, or some crazy experiences with other people, with kids or adults, always remember that you need a debrief session. This is like an inseparable part of like analyzing and being on the same page with other people. So you should always discuss that and share your emotions, and listen to emotions of other people and their thoughts and their memories and their impressions. So you need to ask each other, like, what makes a good team? Like, why was the cooperation essential for this team activity? What problems did you encounter during the exercise, and how do you overcome this? What was your first plan of attack when presented with the challenge? What is one thing that you can take away from the activity? How can you apply what you learned? And like millions of others, and you can do it in different interactive ways, with colorful cards, or with some pictures, or with some sport equipment. And it's so important to always remember about these debriefing sessions, no matter if it's about adults. And as a conclusion, I got some like quick but still necessary task for you. Could you please do me a favor and go to those 3 resources I mentioned here in the video, and choose, or maybe you can go to any other. The point here is to choose one team building activity which you're excited about. And you get 1 week until the next video presentation. After choosing this activity, please let me know what exactly it is, and that will mean that you are going to run it during our staff orientation in the summer, or during the inter sessions, like in between the sessions. So we'll definitely use that activity for adults, or you can also use it for kids, but we will definitely try it out with staff team.